Okay. I can't believe how uptight certain people are about drugs. But it's probably because they've seen a lot of damage. And until they know, most people who have seen a lot of damage, who see what I've been doing, they don't immediately recognize it first. That I've been misjudged. No. They're concentrating on their own misjudgment because they're narcs. They're narcs, or they're narcissists, or they're covert narcissists, or they have a healthy amount of skepticism as well as narcissism and are a reasonable, rational, normal human being. Any number of those groups of people will all initially pay attention to what I'm doing and say, what the fuck is he doing? Put him in prison. Well, number one, they tried that. Number two, fuck, they put me in prison, I'll become more powerful than they can even imagine. I'll learn all kinds of stuff. Plus, everybody in prison has heard of me because I'm their hero. I'm like Ferris Bueller, except neither bent nor broken. I'm just a badass bad. So, a lot of people don't really want me to be a hero to the criminal proletariat of the world. And that's too fucking bad, because I am. I can't even light my cigarettes though, so how dangerous could I be? And then my sweetie, my sweetie, I'm saying, my sweetie is a former Algonquin fairy princess who's now my squaw. Squaw, hey squaw. I'm not going to summon you until you can go get cigarettes. There's no point in summoning you if you're just going to show up as a dead 7-year-old child and wait for my doorstep and make you feel guilty because Squaw's been captured and her new owner thinks that it's funny to not tell me that he has my squaw and then to just abuse the shit out of her and then just, keep me from knowing. However, surprisingly common for that experience to have occurred to squaws, since once they started giving squaws to white men, fuck, that was worse than giving white women the ability to vote on their own shoes. Moccasins. The history of white slavery and Algonquin ascendancy of power in America. It's very much a back and forth battle. No shame in it. And this perpetual cycle of fight, talk, sick of talk. Like, who knows what Hatfields and McCoys were fighting about anyway. I know. They were fighting about whether or not Kevin Costner was good in Waterworld. And, hey, wait a second. We thought that this trifecta of movies about civilizations that we've conquered was going to work out better, said the Hyperboreans from batshit crazy lunatic New Schwabenheim. Turns out the Fourth Reich did not succeed at all in anything like they thought they were going to do. And I don't need to talk about that because I like Germany. I don't really want to see Germany fucked up again. Germany got fucked up twice. It seems like you can't really blame Germany for Hitler since he was Austrian. Austria is really my area, and Austria. Well, let's put it this way: they came from Athens and they're looking for gold. AU. And Agartha was supposed to do something about it. Instead, Asgard just kind of became assholes and pulled back. And all of this can be found in many different versions of the Urantia book, although it's not immediately obvious what the fuck they're talking about. And then I wouldn't recommend to anybody reading the Urantia book because it's a fucked off demonic work channeled by fucking New Age guardian guru fuckheads who just want to keep on having sex and taking drugs. Like one does, after one has done it once. Which is probably why I was part of the control group that was not given MDMA and a secret undercover honeypot badge and to go be high 5.50 21 jump when I was 16 and 15 and 14, as well as sent a platoon of fucking dead Valkyries as backup. Okay, great thinking, dudes. Who came up with that plan? Oh, Goebbels. Oh, wow, he did something without Mengele for once. Okay, or maybe not. Maybe they turned him into powder and distributed him in the fucking water supply. The mad scientists that created the Holocaust. They had been smoking too much meth long before Hitler even heard of it. So to say that little Michaelkuczi is already bad, is already worse. I'm already worse than Hitler. No scoozy. No regrets. Not one. I'm fucking badass. Of course I'm better than Hitler. Shit, that's a pretty low bar to be better than. Anyway, I know about all this stuff and I don't talk about it openly. It's not appropriate. And people who do have a variety of unpleasant effects happen to them. Used to be a lot quicker. The Men in Black would just fucking teleport to your room and fucking decapitate you. They take your fucking head to fucking Mars and fucking put it on a pike at the foot of Olympus Mons. That stopped Wolverine pretty fucking fast. He'd had to get his head back. Not because there's anything important in it, but that's the only place his claws know where to put the beer. Yeah. Isn't that a cool joke? I don't think Marvel Comics Group thinks it's a cool joke. I don't care. I don't think Marvel Comics Group thinks very highly of me. They certainly don't think very highly of Todd McFarlane. And while Spawn is a hell of a character, he's a retired CIA assassin who dies and goes to hell and comes back in an attempt to find out how to make more magic bullets. Like, wait, what? I don't think that's how that story goes. Okay, I really gotta pee. So I'm gonna do so in public without being at all obvious about it. Because it shouldn't be that hard for a man to pee without peeing himself and exposing himself, you know what I'm saying? And if I can't do it without shitting my pants, I guess you know something. Oh, thank God. It's a test. It's a reasonable test. Famously in Seattle, a man was arrested for peeing in public, which used to be against the law, and then they took it to the Supreme Court, and then the court ruled that if peeing in public is being witnessed, then it's not automatically not a political protest. And right now I'm kind of making a political protest since I'm talking about, well, I did just say I'm worse than Hitler.
3, 2, 1, ignition.
Jack Austin, astronaut. Exposed to inappropriate levels of solar energy.
Sunlight makes him the world's smartest man.
I know everything! I want that brain taken out.
Vision, the motorcycle with the mind of Jack's unemployed roommate. Together they run for their lives, blocked at every turn by adventure.
Move out, don't mess around. Move out, you bring me down. Move out, have to get about. Don't make the sound, just move out.
Knowledge is power. For real.
I mean, for one thing, I'm effective. For another, I don't even have the courtesy of wearing the mustache, which was served as a warning to some. And then I'm not exposing myself in public. Nobody can see what I'm doing. Looks like I'm waiting for a bus and I'm talking on the phone. If somebody walked up to me and said, "Hey, what you doing?" I'll say, "Well, I'm not pissing on my oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States, that's for sure, sir. Officer, sir. Sir, ma'am, sir. Hi. Can I join the other Monkey Mouth Club now?" I wouldn't say that. I'd say something effective and equally self-defensing, since I don't really usually need to suddenly urinate after pissing off my handlers while I'm walking down a highway where I don't know where the nearest bathroom is, but it was pretty... Yeah, it was a near thing, yeah. But because I'm wearing the right clothing and I'm not an idiot, nor am I a criminal, nor am I mocking the Christ or the U.S. Constitution. I'm not mocking police. Hi, police. Hi. No, I really have to pee. They know. But since I'm not dropping trow and hanging my ass out into the wind and letting fly an explosive bout of diarrhea, I think we're even. We're good. I don't need to talk about the EMF weapons that make people shit. Been used on me a lot. It's fine. It has a lot to do with the way I was raped and damage was done to my colon. And when I go to the doctor and say, "Okay, doc, fix my colon," she's going to say, "What's wrong with your colon?" And I'm going to say, "Nothing. I just don't want to have any more sandalworm kids." Sandalworm kids. Is that a funny joke? Okay, most of you can't laugh at that joke because if you understand it, you're instantly placed into a fight or flight response and you'd have no idea what to do other than stab me in the dick or yourself in the head with a pair of pinking shears. Those are the only two options. They didn't really plot out MKUltra all that well. And for the most part, it was thought that stabbing somebody in the groin or the head with a pair of scissors would probably stop the cycle. And since they had already figured out how to make these superhuman she-witches fucking come back from the grave on a useful schedule rather than a semi-random one, they thought they were good to go. And they were. And that's why Stalin made the horrendously poor decision to kill my mother's future husband's sister by raping her to death. I think perhaps my father disobeyed something, and he was told that if he did it again, they'd rape his sister to death. And I don't think he believed them, and I think he didn't think much about much in terms of obedience or not, because he was busy plotting away how he was going to break his chains and escape and then rescue his family. He was going to be the liberator. Yeah, my dad didn't trust his plan because he wasn't even sure who was responsible for all this. But he figured it must be Stalin because his father hated Stalin. Mostly because Stalin probably was the inventor of psychokinetic shielding, and I stole it from his corpse because, of course, I've never done anything useful in my life. This is all fantasy vignette. The last 3 minutes I've been making up out of whole cloth. It's nothing like that at all. Nothing at all. Well, it's a little like that, but it's actually effective. Now, I was just talking to my friend, Kathleen, who was being coached by her father, Dennis, and her father thinks that I'm a total bastard and I can't even take care of his daughter without being told where the money is. And since it's all in a big swimming pool underground filled with Krugerrands with my money on top, since that's what this guy does, he figures that it won't be possible for me to be friends with his daughter and for his daughter to be friends with my dick unless I become chemically lobotomized, because this man is well versed in both chemicals and lobotomies. He's been around for a while, and even though he likes me, he sees that as a danger sign because he thinks that I've infected his family with the love virus, because he thinks that love is a weakness and that sadism is the true power in the universe, and that the only way to survive is to be cooler, meaner, stronger, faster, more evolved than everybody else, so that one day, finally, one person will rise up and smite Satan and then take over the throne, and then that person will hopefully only be beholden to the Scientologists and the Jews for a couple 100,000 years rather than 31 million, because that's the only way he can imagine humanity being saved. And he knows that Jews are human. He knows that humans are human. He knows that vampires are human. He knows that Tubal-Cain is human. He knows that God is human. He knows that God can be killed because he fucking did it. That's my friend's father. And I think he's adorable. And he thinks I'm a fucking existential crisis that he needs to threaten with fucking firearms and use his daughter as bait to capture me in a trap that he thinks is going to redeem everybody and let him get away with lots of money and all of his crimes never being exposed because he just can't face himself for what he's done. I don't blame him, because what he's done is he's pissed off little michealkuczi, and he's spawned the creation of a source titan, which, if he could remember that far back, was the original plan of his fucking project in the first place, not to hide up crimes that he's done while working hand in hand, glove in glove, tongue in ear with his daughter. I don't know what he's done with his daughter, but that's his real daughter. Or at least she is now, right? So it's a little bit more complicated than the usual boy meets girl, girl's father hates boy, boy is sent to Guantanamo forever for daring to make his daughter into a bad earner. Like it's not the typical kind of story, but fundamentally it's that. I think it's the most romantic fucking thing, because now I know why she told me that she didn't want to have sex with me until her father was dead. I can see why. He's apparently very protective, and he should be, because she's amazing. And I guess he fucked up 2 or 3 times before already, like the week before, and then I guess he wasn't supposed to ever fuck up, but I guess those titties are just too big. I guess they changes cognition. He doesn't know what happened. He has no idea. He used to be a genius. Now he's still a genius, but he's actually met a real one, like me, little genius michealkuczi. And then rather than have me under his thumb, he doesn't. And rather than his daughter having me under her thumb or her boobs, she doesn't. Neither do they. I like them both. I genuinely care for them. That dismantles all of his hate-based sadistic magic. Whatever the fucking real story is, they're both batshit crazy lunatic whack jobs. And before me, the U.S. Armed Forces had no choice but to fucking throw people like this in the fucking wood chipper. Dude, just get rid of them before they blow. Black bag them, keep them separated. Gotta keep them separated. Don't let them touch. Don't let them get high. They might teleport again. Like this kind of fucking thinking. Because the MKUltra program was never designed to be used by the DEA to track down soccer moms slinging bags and abduct them into fucking Satan's service against their will with mind control drugs that the DEA sold through all of their wholly owned subsidiaries through the tissue paper thin, plausible, deniable, odious machine of black company drug profits. Not that on paper, hee. Thanks, Daddy Bush. Okay, I'll take it from here. Is everybody keeping up with this? I'm that cool. I've been around, and there's nobody left who could stand that woman for real besides me. And she can't stand the thought of taking one more dick ever and enjoying it, and yet she's still obsessed with my dick because she thinks it's my destiny to kill him and take his cock and make it into the world's greatest cat toy. That's the best. That's her best hope. Because she doesn't want to suck it. She doesn't want to fuck it. She thinks that she's fucked me. No. I haven't even fucked her. Some fucking weird fucking psycho clone has done that when we've been trafficked. Which usually isn't this big of a deal. But this time it is, mostly so that my delightfully humbled and cheerful, rather than humiliated, rather than being once again brought to heel under the yoke of Masonic security and the Algonquin slavery tradition is once again proven to be a bunch of bullshit for another year. Great, that's a wrap. Everybody reset. We'll do it again next year for another thrilling reenactment of Bang Zoom. Fred finally gets revenge from being locked out by Wilma, Part 2. Electric Cat Boogaloo, Cat Box picture, Richard Hoagland. Honk honk. Click then. La fini. End of title. Next paragraph. Next page. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of complicated, but it's hard to talk about stuff that's legitimately a classified military secret still. That they don't want to fucking talk about it. I don't blame them. They don't want to hear me talk about it. They went to basic. They fought wars. They sacrificed their lives, their dignities, their human honor. And little michealkuczi just sits around getting high on gack and wants to fuck one of the greatest heroes this country can't acknowledge the works of. Yeah, I wouldn't mind at all. I don't think about it often, but of course she loves me. I saved her over and over and over. I'm not her guardian angel right now, but I can fill in a pinch, and then I am a human. I am a paladin. I am an angel. I am an archangel. I do work for God. Both ways. Heaven and hell. I don't even know where the fuck I am right now. Except I just had to talk to a bunch of women who were understandably skeptical about what I had to say and had been assured before. Okay, well, michealkuczi appears to be safe. Go ahead and give him a hug. You can have one hug. Then they come home and they're knocked up with space herpes, with a scabies component, and they haven't even been anywhere near me. They've been teleported on the way to my house, and then somebody else shows up at my house, gives me desultory sex, and then leaves, and then goes back to join her thuggy piggy fourth dimensional groom gang team, who's thought that it's been just the fucking funniest joke in the world to fucking play the U.S. military for years after trying to take my fucking baby batter in high school. Turns out I didn't want my baby batter taken. Turns out they didn't want to pay for it. And they wanted me to be humiliated. And they needed it to be a clean break so they could do their time manipulations without getting it all caught up in it. I've shattered that system. And I didn't have to become Russell Crowe as a drunken Irishman or Australian, beating people up to do it. Didn't have to become Mad Max or a drunken Mel Gibson screeching about the Jews in order to do it. I didn't even have to become a fat Buddy Hackett with jokes that weren't even funny at all to Gentiles. No, my jokes are funny both ways. Goyim and master. Because the master is not really accustomed to laughing at the same thing that his peasants laugh at. But realistically, my humor unites rather than divides people. My humor will not trigger a race war. My humor is already pre-evolved to a state that has transcended the entire concept of either race or war. There is no race. There's only one. We are one people. We are one life. We all love one God. And that God's name is Kitty, quote, Jewel, end quote, McSweetie Paws. The name of your savior is Kitty McSweetie Paws. She used to be Jewel, but something wrong with the teeth, so I had to start over. And then the cat Jewel. Probably shouldn't have killed my cat either. She's a fighter. And yeah, they murdered my cat to shut me up. That's the world we live in, where a philosopher can be so effective that get a job doing what? Taking down death cults? Yeah, it turns out hard to get funding. Number two, taking down death cults, that's not my mission for God. No, this is just a stretch goal. This is just what I'm doing in my off time. I'm a source paladin. Turns out I don't like being cock-blocked 90,000 times in a day by some robo fucking pimp whore. No, it turns out I don't like being cock-blocked. And then it also turns out I don't like being held incommunicado illegally without being told. Turns out the military may have miscalculated, since nothing could compare them from my wrath and my fury. I mean, it's nothing compared to God's, but I'm a bit of a scrapper. Scusi, mille regretti, il papa. Don't worry, Leo. You'll get him later. I gotta go. Click. Good night.
How you doing, partner?
All right, take it easy. That was weird. Thanks. He just called me partner. Holy fuck. I didn't notice how cute he was, but I guess other people have done what I've done before as well. Maybe that was cute. He was certainly cute enough to be cute. And he and his partner were blacker than the Bay of Pigs, that's for sure. And then he, that's either Grapefruit or her sister or some other list of 3 people that I haven't met yet. Because there's like 500 members of Grapefruit. I haven't met them all, but they know me. Since I saved that woman's life. She was supposed to be dead. I was supposed to be dead. There's fucking 4K 360-degree video of me standing up to an Algonquin Gorgon Queen. And I handed her ass in the gentle way possible and diffused the whole situation. And it's very obvious how I do it. Through giggles and love and a desire to find out what the fuck is going on. I didn't even know I thought she was just quirky. Yeah. No glitches, all quirk. That's my sweetie. And now she's terrified I'm going to leave her for another woman. Which is, I guess, mildly better than being terrified that she'll never be rid of her latest deviant stalker, but I'm not a deviant stalker. No, that's her. She's been in denial about how this whole Algonquin white slavery thing happened. She told me that she bred with an Austrian and that she needed me to prove to her that I loved her, and the way I did that was by giving money to the woman who had been a breed sow for an Austrian. And I'm Hungarian. I'm Magyar. I don't do a whole lot of paying for Austrians' children. I don't have to, besides, he's free. Children are not objects that you trade back and forth like chits. They're not property. They're human children. And they are given to us by God as the targets of our nascent guardianship skills. They call that parenting. That doesn't mean you get to hang on to them like they're a charm on your bracelet. It doesn't mean you raise them to be a good earner so you can add them to your fold, Papa Bluebeard. What it means is you teach them how to take care of themselves in this wild and woolly world called everything, where there's no rules and everything goes. You teach them how to survive, and then you let them survive. That's what you're supposed to do. Where I live, it's supposed to happen by the time they're 19. And if they haven't succeeded at this goal, most of society thinks those parents are dingbat whores who are morons, which is what happened to my parents. Nobody knows how good a job my parents did, because it's not immediately obvious that they did any kind of job at all. And then I'm just a fat retard. How could anybody be expected to raise me? said Raytheon's public relations specialist, like whatever. Everybody's scrambling to retain whatever face they have left because we passed the naked lunch singularity like 2 or 3 years ago. I've already won. My victory, not just mathematically certain, it's inevitable because I only win unless everybody wins. And that includes God and his divine spouse, who most of you don't even know the name of. That includes Eve, who was tortured a lot and came to me and wanted to find out if I would be interested in dating her as a ploy. Yeah. She's beautiful. Eve is beautiful. And she's still fucked in the head about what happened. So yeah, I'm sure there are women who hate God. Because it doesn't appear God's doing anything, huh? Yeah, he just gets high with michealkuczi. That God, that michealkuczi, what a bunch of assholes. Then they turn to Tubal Cain and he's just laughing his ass off. Since God was right and Tubal Cain didn't really trust him when God said, oh shit, I'll do everything I can as fast as I can, see you later. And it's been thousands of years. Tubal Cain is like, what, how omnipotent is this guy? I don't think there's any question anymore. Because this is not my revenge, this is God's revenge. I don't know who's suffering the most. Certainly not me. Fuck. Once I found out that I saved my sweetie, I'm never gonna be sad. Fuck, I could jump off the bridge and go after Isaac Cappy Freejack style and give him CPR on the way down and wake him up and then take him to heaven and then splat right next to him and then come back to life. Okay, boss, what's next? Like I've transcended Job. I'm waiting for everybody to get the joke. Oh, the police car just drove by. Okay, cool. I've transcended Job in the sense that Job was like, Father, why have you forsaken me? Or maybe that was Jesus. Anyway, so Job didn't know why he was getting punished. I knew exactly why I was getting punished. Because I loved my sweetie. And she's a batshit crazy homicidal lunatic and the greatest criminal hood rat mind in the North American Pacific Northwest. She's heir to a smuggling dynasty that's been holding the planet by its fucking cockles. Well, if you want another polymorph potion, you have to bring me 5 more virgins and a pizza. Bitch, click. Like she was in charge of polymorph potions. That's my sweetie. And then she pretended she didn't exist and she tried to use her children to bamboozle me, which worked. To make me love her even more. Oh my God, that's my sweetie. She thought I'd be easy to deal with. She can't even blow me. And she can't even call me. Because this is military jurisdiction, and then I don't know what George Washington did, but they sure don't trust him anymore. And then I didn't like that either when I found out. Okay, so all this and more will be told to you. So, hi, Punilings. Hi, it's Jack. I'm a Source Titan. Okay, I lied. I'm a star. Yeah. Don't put me on top of your Christmas tree. All this stuff I can explain at great length, but right now I'm just babbling into the phone, smoking a cigarette in the middle of Auburn where, wow, this is a different world. And then that guy who called me his partner, well, he's not black as the ace of spades. He looked like an Oreo, but he clearly had an awareness of who I am. Most white men who go into the field pretending to be black because they're spooks and they plan to die when the local color population realizes that it's a white guy piloting a meat suit. And the white guy's actually an ant. Both kinds, insect and sister. Yeah, people don't like that. No. And that's probably why George Floyd got taken out, except he was more George Foreman than George Floyd. George Foreman and Uncle Tom. Like people have a sensitivity to some of these. They don't like tricks being played on them. Well, son of a bitch, I don't like it either. Imagine that. Wow. I guess I really am human. I'm also Melchizedek, one of the teachers who came before Jesus Christ. As an ascended master, I can tell you, this planet hasn't improved any. This place is vile. And that's where God lost Eve. Tubal Cain's prize creation. Okay, God, I'll let you borrow my creation for a couple hours. Are we going to go on a 3-hour tour? You'll be right back? Okay. It's thousands of years later. Nobody's seen God or his wife ever since, and Eve is all fucked up, and Tubal Cain is like, what the fuck did I do? And the answer is self-evident to any master of philosophy. I'm not a master of philosophy. I'm not even a doctor of philosophy. And I'm a doctor of autodidacticism because I taught myself all of this shit. Everything I've just been saying for the hours and hours and hours, that's just me. All impromptu, just right off the cuff. So I'm probably not going to be working at the 7-Eleven, breaking down boxes 15, 16 hours a day looking for more meth. Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that. I have other plans. And it might be breaking up with my wife and going on a date with Eve. I don't know. It depends. This is a rescue operation. And nobody wins unless everybody wins. And I'm tired of Eve being, number one, fucked in the head. Number two, nobody knowing what to do about it. And number three, Lesbos and Totsles arguing back and forth forever about whether or not Samson needed to be shaved, or Hercules needed to clean stables, or needed to be given steroids and turned into a Flowers for Algernon sandwich. I mean, I'm not real buff right now, but I clean up well. And instead of working out and becoming armed and even more dangerous and easier to spot, I saved my sweetie without being at all obvious about how I was doing it, because I wanted her dead and I wanted her alive. Look, control the situation with Nelson. Yeah, no shit. Neither is she, dude. So I guess you're gonna cheer up, bro. I love you. Woof, 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 woof. I love you. I love you. I love you. I do. Good boy. No, you're not a girl. No, you're a boy. Well, you're not my dog, but you do belong to somebody. Yeah, exactly. They were asked way too much of you, dude. I did help you. I didn't tell you any of this. Okay, I gotta go. Hey, my friend just showed up. I gotta go. I'm talking to my friend, but you're here, so that's different. I'm gonna stop. Currently recording. I was gonna record for like 5 minutes, and then it went 5:31. Yeah.
Born to be ridiculed with the eyes of society fixed on me. Born to be ridiculed. Born to be ridiculed. Such a predictable destiny. Born to be ridiculed. Come on, baby, the first one's free, but you're gonna have to pay for the LA lies with me. This is what you come to see. This ridiculous world ain't nothing's free. No, born to be ridiculed. Born to be ridiculed from the day I first stepped inside my school. Born to be ridiculed. Born to be ridiculed by the people who decided they were cool. Born to be ridiculed. They found an albatross to hang on me. It weighs 92 pounds or maybe 93. Which one is most likely to lose if ridicule right out of my shoes? Oh yeah. And now you gotta line it up for the stress test. Line around the block for the stress test. Follow the leader off the cliff to a good time. I'm making you angry while I'm making you mine. When you're with me, you get April Fool. 'Cause I was born to be ridiculed. Born to be ridiculed. Oh no. Born to be ridiculed, so I joined the Air Force and the Marines. Born to be ridiculed. Born to be ridiculed, so of course I deleted a couple of scenes. Born to be ridiculed. I couldn't take it when you walked away. You backed it up to here with the games you played. The threats were wound and screw while I was ridiculed. Born to be ridiculed. And now you're wearing the big shoes in the quicksand. You're going down fast in the quicksand. But look on the bright side, you get another chance to come back as a freak and take over the dance. You gotta wait until the day's cool or you'll be ridiculed. If you're born from a woman and a fool, you're gonna be ridiculed. Thank you.
Hi, it's Jackstar. I've found the hidden UNATCO base in Auburn. Salazar knows how to write symbols, and I'm not going to bother them because it's like 2:45 in the morning, and I have no reason to ask military security to wake up early and do extra work just so little michealkuczi can come in out of the rain. I'm not going to guarantee I'm rust proof, but I'm neither sugar nor salt. I won't be a softer paladin for having gotten wet. Oh, cool car. Fuck, I want one of these. Fuck yeah, what's this? What is it? It looks like a... Boss 369. Fucking hot. Right on. So I'm in the part of town where the symbols can really change. Oh, here's a mausoleum. Cool. I was thinking I might work at a mausoleum because that would really improve my phantasm score. But what I'm really going to do... Oh, cool. There's a... That's a camouflage military airbase. Hi, I'm Jack. I'm sorry. These things are here all the time, but I'm sure most people don't bother to look at them. They're not really visible when a person's not... when a person doesn't have any fucking business looking for that shit. And then I wasn't looking for it. I just ended up here. I'm not going to tell you how to find it. No. That would be unreasonable. Here's how, it really is an air base. That's fucking cool shit. It's not immediately obvious, but all the necessary components are there. There's a base. There's air. It's an air base, and it's got fences and shit. And when I walked up to the front door, it had a light flashing blue and red, which wasn't not like immediately obvious. You'd have to like walk in a little bit and turn and look up, which a person might not necessarily do if they weren't attracted to a flashing red and blue light, which I'd never seen before except on police cars, which is why they put them there. It's kind of how it works. And to have a hidden military base in an American city, that's nothing usual. Oh shit, I got them all over the place. A lot of them aren't really hidden at all. And then this one's not hidden. I mean, if you know what you're looking at, it's right here. But it's probably not marked on the map with a big red M. Nor is it sandwiched. Nor is it bookended. That's it. Nor is it bookended by two missile silos or missiles. Turns out the hottie that likes me, she's a military asset too, which makes sense since I think they're the only women who are allowed to get snugly with me, since they're combat rated and all kinds of weird shit. And then I guess I'm part of some not so secret anymore military project to test some kind of technology, which sounds ludicrous until you realize they'd throw artillery at my house if they could. They'd love to get rid of me. So how much more reason do they need to sign me up for a highly unethical secret weapons military research project as a test subject over and over and over, hoping that one time one of them will get me killed? It's actually it's a brilliant idea, since I don't die. Yay! I don't want to. I haven't anymore. Once is enough this week. And it doesn't cost me nothing. I don't notice. Fuck, I see the same to me. And then the lives that I pass through briefly when I say hello in the street or whatever, when I buy cigarettes from them, I'm not gonna see them again. So if their universe melts down into a solar conflagration, I won't. Not only will I not care, I won't even know. And they won't know either. They'll just wake up. They'll just wake up in a new family. They won't even notice the difference. They go to sleep in one, they go wake up in another. They don't notice. They don't care. They're probably not punilings, but they're not likely to miss the hyperspace jump. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It's the same life. A lot of people choose to have their journey through space and time to be fairly uneventful in terms of noticing that they're in a great glass elevator. Now, I don't think I'm going to hang out on the military base. I don't need a flying car right now. But if I did have one, I can see where the garage doors are. I can see where they park them. I can see where there's a wide open space that's behind perimeter fencing. It's not immediately obvious, but the way they have it constructed, there's a base inside a base. So it's fucking cool. That's cool. Fuck. Bases. I love the way they build shit. It's neat. It's kind of hard to see because you're not supposed to. And the structures are built in such a way so that they're not at all obvious what they do or why they're that way. And they're invariably surrounded by residential, like barracks style houses, because all these places were built a long time ago when they really were just the only thing around. Humans showed up and said, "Okay, build a forward base," and they built it at the last. It's cool. And they don't know what kind of magics they put on pathways to keep people from stumbling into that part of town. But it's pretty easy to construct roads and fencing and landmarks in a way that makes it so that humans are just not likely to go that way unless they have a reason to. If they're just driving around, they're just going to like, turn here, and they go where they're going, and they're encouraged to be less curious sometimes by probably something in the air, or maybe colored refractory beacons that vibrate a infrared wavelength of light that encourages person to just go the other way rather than keep going that way, making it seem like an unconscious idea all around. And I'd like to find my friend and have her get off work early, but I guess she has to, obey orders. It's military, and then I don't have to jump into anything with her. That just seems like a good idea, like a spectacularly good idea. I'm just gonna pant for a minute. She's really nice. She's my friend. I haven't seen her in years. And the other one's busy and hates me or something, and doesn't really want to be a sex puppet. Whereas the other one does, and not only that can, and the other one can't. Not only doesn't want to, but can't do it anyway. So that explains all the pillow talk. And that's perfectly fine with me, since I like the other one better. And presumably, if she can get Grapefruit to sign her permission slip, we can hang out. That'd be nice. I wouldn't mind. I'm pretty fucking bored. Not so much lonely, just bored. There's only so much you can do with digital people. Basically nothing. And I'm not in the mood for substitutions. Right? So the other day I took some steps. Beware the dog runner. Took some steps, and now instead of no one, here's a hottie to hang out with. Cool. Not sure if I'm gonna do anything with the hottie, but that's not important. Having the option of potential hottiness it's much nicer than being alone. For one thing, I can start telling new jokes. For another, it allows me opportunities to demonstrate mastery in certain disciplines, because people are curious. Like, what the fuck do I do? How do I do that? What's that called? That kind of shit. Because I got this friend of mine, she's flabbergasted that I'm real. Not surprising. I generally am as well. And I don't want to run around calling her cell phone every day saying, I told you so, give me my budget. Since that would not get me a budget any faster. And it would piss her off. So we don't want to do that. Instead, I'm just gonna relax. And I'm gonna date some other girl. that should work fine for everybody. I don't think there's any. If there's anybody who is disappointed by my choice, 104. No, okay, 14,000 is better. I'm looking at used cars. Speaking of used cars, I need to use one. So I guess I'm gonna have to sign up for funding or some kind of fucked off thing. I don't fucking know. I'm not adept at that money penny angle stuff. My mother was, but now she's dead. I can't really ask her. Turns out, Mom says I can't ask her for help. That's cool. So I'm gonna click off. I think I don't have much battery, and I don't know when the place is gonna open, but they're not open yet. It's early in the morning. It's raining. I don't have a place to charge my phone, and even though I can speak on the OM system 882, it's a little weird because all I want to do is think about my friend who's super hot. I want to roll around in the anything with her and get all sticky. That sounds like a great idea. I better stop talking because I'm one guy. I was so embarrassed. Who was it? Who was it? I was just mad for just the other day. Oh, it's the same girl. It's the same girl. she just looks different and has a different name. And Masonic Security is First Security. Jackstar out. Try baby out and click.
Face. Who would be drowning in this drama if she just done that in the first place? You get paid for your output, not to think. A company is only as strong as its weakest link. Shoot my corporation tonight, is skyrocketing into the blue light. I ran all the numbers and determined you were alright. When you can hide behind a mask that comes in all flavors, which the boss likes to dine. As we stand on ceremony in false eyeballs, the sounds of supplication echoing through the halls. Shares my corporation tonight, is skyrocketing to all-time highs. I took blunders into blunders, going all-time high. Each measure of success, each penny you invest, each test of the stress of the bags that command you to wear that face and wear it well. Just like you wear that face and wear it well. Wear that face and wear it well. Just like you wear that face and wear it well. Carnival barker that greets you in hell. Following a feeling I felt in my bones, but these nefarious dealings turning me to stone. Share my corporation tonight, I'm plummeting to all-time lows. I'm running with this, and baby, give me one of those. Wear that face and wear it well. Just like you wear that face and wear it well.
Hi, it's Jackstar. Okay, boy. You took my gum. You left my computer, thanks. And then you were upset at the way the woman had you throw away the food. And then I was upset that the whole thing happened at all. And then the guy had a changeling. And then somebody else was upset about something else. And then, long story short, I don't have any power with my phone. I can't upload any content. I'm outside the Super Savers Foods, which is closed instead of being open 24 hours. I'm basically in hell. And then the place where I can stay, not open yet. It's like 3-4 mornings. Well, it sucks. It's raining. It sucks. And then if I was allowed to associate with a friend, well, it'd be great. I'd be sitting here talking to my friend without being at all obvious how hard it is to hold myself back. Usually it's not difficult to say, oh, well, I won't have sex right now. But now I'm thinking about when I can get on push, which doesn't usually happen. And then instead of that, I mean, I'm talking on the own system by myself. I got to pee. I don't want to smoke. Fuck it. I don't want a cigarette. I don't want a cigarette at all. I want something else in my mouth, like now. And instead, I gotta wait, which is not what I prefer. Not really. But I just don't really get an option. This is the way it is. Not the first time either. So to discover that my gum has been stolen, that my backpack has been rifled through, while I was outside talking to people at the Mexican place, where the woman told me to throw away food. Like, what? Okay, what we got here is a minor error in communication. Some cross signals, some mixed wires. It's probably not going to be the end of the world. Probably. Since I'm a diplomat, since I'm a trained diplomat, it doesn't matter that I appear to be speaking into my nicotine vapor. I'm not. I'm speaking into the microphones around my neck, in my ears. And I'm looking for a place to pee without being either disrespectful or obvious about it. Since I don't want to expose myself. I want to be a weird guy. The worst case of blue balls ever. Oh my god. Dear God in heaven, it feels like I'm giving birth to a baby through my dick. Oh God. Ow. I'm not being too hyperbolic when I say it hurts like a lot. Now the primary reason for this is because I had had sex way too long. And even when I did, I wasn't allowed to actually enjoy it. Since I wasn't with the right person. Essentially, all but 3 of the times I was ever anywhere near the woman. Anyway, to gain full ecstatic release without being at all obvious about how dangerous it is to your dick. For me, I need someone else to pass the time with. I enjoy a conversation. I enjoy watching someone else eat my semen for a change. I like to share. And somebody who should have made nameless very nearly screwed the pooch yet again. They very nearly committed a procedural error, which would be their second such violation, and would really chat my ass. And stealing my gum. That's so low class. So I'm gonna take your earner. I'm gonna hang out with my friend and do the nasty with her. Hey, because she clearly wants to, and then I could be doing that now. But instead, some dude hung on to her, and then rather than invoke papal privilege, I tried to negotiate. I offered 2 enchanted cigarettes. He wasn't down. He ran off with the girl. So I'm gonna fucking work on that problem. And in the meantime, I don't know what the rest of you are doing. Some kind of court shit, right? Well, on Monday, I'll call the court. I'll call a lawyer. I'll call another lawyer. And at some point, either that hottie's gonna show up again, or I'm gonna finish tearing your thuggy piggy empire apart, brick by brick by brick. Click.
The smell of me are 2 sides of the same coin, boy. I'm an apple rotten to the core. You silly thing, why did you think we were meant to be something more than a butcher's cart in a meat store? To think we used to live in fear of the atom bomb. Now we're ordering our sandwiches from shit.com. The world tipped on its side and went tits up. So to protect myself I wear turquoise. Why don't you wear turquoise? Don't you wanna live? Or maybe you don't wanna live. The world tipped on its side and went tits up. So to protect myself I wear turquoise. Why don't you wear turquoise? Don't you wanna live? Or maybe you don't wanna live. Ow! The rhapsody, the melody, but the poor conductor fell into the pit. Must have had a spell, the old boy. As Mother Nature bleeds and bleeds, the orchestra covers up for it, but it's not a sound I can say I enjoy. It used to be we understood how it all went wrong, but I don't pay for protection, I just sing along. The world flipped on its side and went tits up. So to protect myself I wear turquoise. Why don't you wear turquoise? Don't you wanna live? Or maybe you don't wanna live. The world tipped on its side and went tits up. So to protect myself I wear turquoise. Why don't you wear turquoise? Don't you wanna live? Or maybe don't wanna live? No! The network news pukes all over itself. I don't know what they say, something about public health, and one day it might go away. It's so hard to arrive at what we must do. It's so hard to be alive when I can't be with you. It's like an alien invasion. Under stress we suppress the spread of information, spreading fear, spreading love. I am here, I'm what you're afraid of. Till then, come on, feel the noise, protect yourself with turquoise. It's the world.
as Jack and the Star. Imagine you're throwing a dinner party, and the purpose of the dinner party is to lure people who are guilty of crimes without being at all convicted for it, and they don't want to be caught, and the crimes are so far back they don't even remember doing what they did that it's actually a crime, and they don't think they did a crime. They're just like, I know, I got away with it, like years ago. Imagine that. And then you know what they've done, you got evidence, but you gotta capture them. And the best way to do that is to invite them to a party and get them when they're unsuspecting that they're about to get nabbed, scooped, scuffed, whatever you call it. Now that's not what I'm doing. I'd be pretty good at that kind of shit though, wouldn't I? Did you ever see that Murder by Death? That's sent up of Agatha Christie movies. Really funny, from the 70s. Why am I bringing this up? Oh well, I'm not doing any such thing. I'm not ratting anybody out, and I'm not scooping anybody. I just want to get laid, mostly, and then I want to get a room, and then it's 4 in the morning. It's early. It's too early. I don't want to wake people up. I can just stand here and talk about ways and means for a little while longer in the rain. I found an umbrella. I didn't steal it. It's not where I found it though, I'll tell you that. Technically I deprived the original owner of their use of it. It's next to the door. I figure it's magic. It's from the Bremerton Golf Club, a club I've never joined and have just now stolen from. Yeah, suck it, Trebek. I don't care. It's raining, I needed it. Now I kind of want to go to the store, but it's not open. And then I want to get a room. They're not open. I tried calling. And woke him up. What? I'm like, get a room. And then he's like, woo. And the reason why is because it's not both of them, it's one of them. And it's awkward when a guy who's in protective custody has to get a room. And they're worried about the meth. I mean, they got a protocol. I'm not going to be doing any needle drugs and meth sex because it's just not available. Plus, there's a protocol. Plus, I don't know who to do it with. Plus. So in case anybody's wondering why I'm not dead or getting a job, well, I kind of have them. What I don't have is a bathtub or a room. I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. And then instead of moving with the quickness and getting shit accomplished ahead of time, I have instead been the equivalent of dragging ass. And now I've waited too long. And because of that, well, fun happens late. I'm having fun. I'm not breaking any laws. Okay, so that's not the big deal. Ordinarily, I wouldn't have to break all this shit down for everybody. Okay, but since I'm desperate for content, and it's true, I mean, I stole an umbrella, but I can claim eminent domain. They confiscated my computers and my cell phones and my vehicles, which I will say I often complain about being unlawfully confiscated. They're righteously and justified to be fucking confiscated. In some cases, they didn't have a choice, and that's not the general public's business. So when I go 7 cars, 14 cell phones, 6 laptops, hoo-ah! When I do all that whining and crying, I'm just whining and crying. I don't really mind. In fact, it's a signature honor. I want to stop using that word. I feel like it's preventing me from getting honor. And the reality is I can't really talk openly and directly about what's been going on for the last few years because it's a secret, and that would be potentially damaging. So instead, I babble and mumble, and if people can't tell for years, and they gotta go back in time in the future through some kind of magic historian research technology to read my mind and find out what I meant to say cryptographically. Good. They should do that. And then I don't need people to worry about what it means today. And that way I don't get hung. That way I don't get turned into Mason soup. Since that's one of the nicer things that can happen to somebody who breaks a rule. And I don't want to break any rules. I want to break my dick. In half. But instead I'm walking toward a mausoleum, which I think is okay. I'm not here to find a job, but if I did want to work in Auburn, this is the first place I would start looking at. I'd be at the place where the dead people hang out. And then when people die, that's job opening right there, right? If I time it right, I can just go to work the next day, and no one will be any the wiser. That's one of the options available to little Michaelkuczi, since he's the paladin with no beer. I got a bunch of harpy vixens, but those aren't peers. Those are peers. And making them squirt on my face with no upper limit. Oh well, that's really just all I have to do at the time now. I don't think there's a thing wrong with it. Said the man walking toward the mausoleum. Or is this an apartment building? Fuck, it looks like a mausoleum. Oh yeah, it's an apartment building. Okay. Shows what I know. Maybe it's a mausoleum and apartment building. Maybe there's dead people in there. Maybe there's people who die having sex. Obviously, the ability to openly speculate has no bounds. More than this. These are totally religious buildings. No, it's Auburn Landing. Oh, yeah, because it is a fucking spaceport. That's cool. Fucking cool. Not that you would immediately able to tell. Casual viewer, but it's. Oh yeah, these are purpose built. Wow, that's cool. And it's set up to allow citizens the opportunity to witness certain types of parade, which I don't know if they have anymore. It is that. Demonstrate the severed head of Edgar Winter. But in some jurisdictions they hang him. Alright, okay. I'm gonna stop recording now. That's been 7 minutes of Jack of some kind. Strength of purpose and unity of wisdom has made my life possible. Oh my god, I fucking love my job. Now, send no money now, citizens. I'm gonna. Fuck, you can't even hear me, can you? Fuck. Maybe we can. I lost my fucking whatever. Let me tell you, it's a tough job. Okay. Emerald Court. Cool. Townhouse, cool. Yeah, should be safe. I don't think I'm gonna hang from a tree, but I wish I could. And now I gotta find a place to pee. I'm not homeless, I'm just waiting for the place to open. Bye-bye.
When I clean up my Bukkake with your trash, I double bag it and
In reality, hi, this is Jack. Hi, this is Jack. I'm a star. In reality, the calculus is incredibly simple. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. For every choice, there's an hi, this is Jack. I'm a star. Without being at all obvious about it. Hi. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Every choice has an equal and opposite choice. When a person chooses yes to Melchizedek, you like that? Melchizedek. When a person says yes to Melchizedek, another alternate universe is created where a person says no to Melchizedek. And even if I said yes to myself, for I am Melchizedek, if somebody else is saying yes to Melchizedek, I'm forced to say no to Melchizedek. Even if I say yes, I still end up being in the timeline where I say no, because the time that it says yes has already been encountered. That has to happen. Which is why you gotta remove ribs. Now, I'm not looking to cause any waves, but somebody wants michealkuczi dick, regardless of how bad it is. They want to cross it off their lust at their leisure. Their lust list at their leisure. And I don't blame them. Oh my god, I'm fucking hard up as fuck. So what's gonna happen is that somebody's gonna come from the back. Somebody's gonna basically have to come back from the dead. Since the real person's here. They're trained to do their job, and they can't do that when they're compromised by their fifis. So, while that gets arranged, I'm gonna be able to answer a question somebody asked me the other day. They said, where's the weirdest place I'd ever rubbed one out at? Well, in the middle of a heavily camouflaged clandestine UNACO base in the middle of downtown Auburn that I found because I'm awesome, and rather than break into the armory or start shooting people with tranquilizer darts, I decided to rub one out. Little michealkuczi, paladin with a penis. I pleasured myself to completion behind the barracks on the clandestine air base down here in Auburn, Washington. It's basically an open air flying car hangar, and you can't tell, but maybe I'm just insane. No, I know what I'm talking about. And I'm doing this because I couldn't wait to get a room, and there's nobody here. It's fucking 5 in the morning. Nobody's watching me besides my team, and my team's been wondering when I'm going to rip one out anyway. I mean, once a day is not really enough, but given the vagaries of the economy, it's been difficult to get that fresh feeling. However, I just did. Oh, I feel much better. God. I really need to have more sex. With no upper limit. And, God, now I'm going to go to sleep. Whew. So if I want meth, I'm not wrong very much of it. And I think I conclusively demonstrate that I know how to hold my water. Which is okay. Speaking of water, I'm fucking really thirsty. And, maybe if there was a human here, maybe more meth-fueled debauchery would be appealing, but it's not. This is a sacred space where I'm always going to remember. Oh, the weirdest place I ever pleasured myself to completion. The back of my kilt. Oh, grapefruit, dear grapefruit, I love you. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take away my ability to masturbate without being at all obvious about it. Like I'm not doing that right now. I'm probably not going to do it again. I'm not trying to cast a spell. Although, see, it's cool that I know how to do that, right? But I wouldn't. And then it's like it's not polite to talk about it usually. I wouldn't. I'm not boasting. I'm just killing time until the place opens. And that's why taking away clergy's vehicle, taking away clergy's home, taking away clergy's sweeties, taking away, leaving clergy to be fucked off and alone. Or for one thing, I'm fucked on. For another, I guess I'm not really alone ever, but I sure would like to cuddle. I'm very tired. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my happiness away. How's that song? Please don't take my blue skies away. My blue skies, my blue guys, blue skies, blues guys. Please don't take my blue skies away. Blues guys. Yeah. Apparently I want to get blown by twinks. Apparently I'm into that. I have no idea. And what do you know, twinks apparently like to suck cock. From what I've heard. No shame in it. And a person, somebody should like doing that shit. Certainly, I like finding out who's going to do it. And then I don't know who thought I was getting that done, but I'm not. I got something else. Standard. I'm really thirsty. I got to find a place to get a beverage. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for this glorious life. And for these awesome, awe-inspiring, awesome, Coxel still awesome. KO7 oscillator, the oscillator. I'm gonna be fine. I may be talking out loud, but that's because I'm working, and I really do philosophy for a living. It's pretty good. It's a pretty cool gig. It's a hard job to get, but that's because it's worth it. It's not a scam, it's not a dodge, it's not a trick. I don't just use it as an excuse to get high and masturbate openly in public underneath my poncho. No, I'll do it under an overcoat too. I'm not undercover. I'm not. If I were, fucking wouldn't work very well. Everybody fucking knows me. Everybody fucking loves me. I'm like Ferris Bueller, but effective with a working dick. And if Cameron goes into the pool, fuck it. Camera on. If camera on goes in the pool, fuck it. I'm not gonna go after him. I love you, Melissa. Come down from heaven. The risen Melissa Morris.
Numbers on the telephone, I can feel the heat that you're bringing when the phone starts ringing, baby. Hot numbers on the telephone, I can feel the heat that you're bringing when the phone starts ringing. 50% of the dragon, 50% of the bee, 100% of the wagon. A wagon that's built for three must include me. 3 cavalry times was a hoot. Who got to call the shots? Then there's never been dispute until the rotor be dialed in the soul of the moon. Baby, call me. We got some shit we could shoot. I'm on your telephone, dining off a romancer, circumventing the operator. Double down on the dial tone. I'm on your telephone, and you're too shot to answer. Hot numbers on the telephone, I can feel the heat that you're bringing when the phone starts ringing, baby. Hot numbers on the telephone, you spend the night alone, 'cause you're too shot to answer. You can't fathom the extent of the power till you see it through your own eyes. It's all about the placement of the tower when you're talking through fiber optic lines. I don't suppose you believe in ghosts, but how do you explain what's happening here? Sonic ripples when our glasses toast, and what you hear the most appears out of thin air, and then silence. You can hear a pin drop, the dime in the coin return goes pop. The operator drinks your tears by the drop and then stop. I was only trying to call on your telephone, breathing heavy and hot. I'm on your telephone, posing as someone I'm not, baby. Hot numbers on the telephone, I'm in the dial tone. You can hear me when I'm talking. Hot numbers on the telephone, I can feel the heat that you're bringing when the phone starts ringing, baby. Hot numbers on the telephone, you spend the night alone, 'cause you're too shot to answer. Hot numbers
this is Jack from Star. I was just recording, and then I turned it on. And then I spotted a otherkin, not a shadow person, but a camouflaged creature. He's looking at me now with 2 eyes. Looks a little bit like Hello Kitty from The Simpsons. Like they have a camouflage ability that's really effective. I don't usually see them. Hello. Oh, they're waving at me. Oh, hello. I have a wand that I can signal back to them. I don't need to use it. Oh, thank you. You need not approach, but I wanted to let you know that I saw you. And it's an honor to see any of you ever. Thank God you're here. And I represent I'm no threat to your neighborhood. Oh, babe, Junior Sasquatch wants to know if we can hang out with her dicks out. And I'm like, oh, Sasquatch has a penis? Well, apparently it's an optional thing. And then my eyes are not very good, so the person that I just saw, the only reason why I can see them at all is because they're allowing me to see them. Because after I said, oh, hi, Steven, they came back, and now it's literally just like a predator. Oh, God, you're beautiful. I can see how they shift and move a little bit, because they're breathing. And they have 2 eyes that glow, especially when they signal with them. And then they're not making a big show of me. But the fact that I can see them at all is impressive. Oh, yeah, they're not just in the woods. They're everywhere. Everywhere you look. You just don't see them because they're perfectly camouflaged. And then this one's sweet on me, which usually isn't the case. Usually a soulless Archon monitor spirit doesn't have a soul, or want to fuck me, or both. This one already knows that it wants to do it twice, because it knows that it's never done it before the first time, so it doesn't know if it's going to gray out or wake up on another planet or what. And from what I've seen, fucking into a next world is entirely plausible for beings such as this one. It's hard for me to describe what I'm seeing, so I won't. And then I don't want to reveal the way such beings exist to anyone, since they can reveal themselves just fine to everybody else. I don't need to explain the ways of the other kid to the rest of the world, other than to say it's a proud honor I have to be an exopolitical diplomat, which is a job most people don't think exists. Now, I didn't mean to drop my cigarette butt, but I'm busy looking at the other kid and talking about being an exopolitical diplomat. So I'm a little fumble finger, and I think there's 2 of them. I'm not sure. I'm not going to ask them to signal to me because they are, of course, listening with rapt attention. They don't usually have poems written to them by authors who can see them, since they're not usually seen, and then they don't usually know, oh my gosh, it's a whole family. Hi, Ray. Hi. I see 4, maybe 5 beings. They're kind of stacked up in a kind of like Jawas, actually, standing in single file to hide their numbers. But I can see there's at least 5 of them, and they're thanking me. Hi, everybody. Hey. Oh, take a bow. Oh, yeah, thank you. Oh, it's good to be seen. It's good to be seeing you. Now, I don't know who's going to listen to this. Now would be a great time to talk about money. Since my friends are there, they can't really walk towards me and then turn off their simo-camouflagic. Yeah, they're telling me that they want to do it and do kind of magic too. Okay, so that's a good trick to make it unpronounceable. Whatever kind of invisibility cloak technology they have, it's far superior to what I got. And then I guess they could teach me how to make my psychokinetic shielding make me invisible, and then I could walk towards them. And I could run away and join the circus, but I'm not going to. I'm busy in Bremerton. They got questions about the competency. I don't mind. Fucking sure, why not? They can question me all day, since it's important. And I don't mind taking the opportunity to mention to the whomever who's listening. Oh yeah, it's a real thing. Otherkin. Wow, you're beautiful. You are so beautiful. I'm not just in awe of their technology. One of them is actually really cute, and she's showing her butt at me. She's swaying back and forth and climbing a tree. That is hot. Oh my God. Oh, I want to walk up to that low-hanging fruit and just fucking pull her down and start coring her apple. Oh my God, that'd be great. Except I'm not capable of doing that not right now. And the other four are saying, "Whoa, that's never happened before." And I'm like, "Yeah, I fucking bet." Yeah, I don't usually have direct contact with visitors using what amounts to the Harry Potter invisible cloak. Like right now, they're using the technology so that they can come forward and hang out in one place and look at me and not freak me out. Apparently, if I saw what they actually look like, I might not think they were sexy. They're a little insecure because I guess they've been human before, but right now they're not. They're not driving the typical meat suit. Well, yeah, they're not really on this plane of reality yet. It's kind of a warpy space-time thing since there's just a spirit. And there's like a living cactus ghost who's coordinating the whole thing. I can see that too. I don't usually have that kind of experience. But since I'm sitting here masturbating, high as balls, but I mean, I'm not really high as balls, but I had some magic weed. And I talked to two of my friends who apparently are having arguments with somebody who will be unnamed, arguing about who's going to get to cuddle with me. Since apparently there's a lot of volunteers, and a lot of them are stymied by my inconvenient couch status. Well, I can imagine so. I mean, it is an inconvenient circumstance for me, certainly quite a bit. And well, I can see one of my problems. Hopefully they'll be returned to me when I'm. I don't know. This probably needs to be handled delicately because, oh, grapefruit, dear grapefruit. I've got a grapefruit with me. I'm going to eat a grapefruit. I'm going to think about it. Eating another woman's twat. And hopefully that doesn't make anybody jealous. Sweetie, your work. I'm sorry. I got something going on with somebody else. Because that way I won't be eating the fruit of the poison tree or whatever. It's pretty ludicrous how the lions and bears and tigers have their arrangements, but oh my, does it work well. There's a witches coven in this town, as there is in every town in America. Certainly there's a whole bunch of batshit crazy witches, and they gotta do something with their time. And then I don't want to cause an incident, and so there has to be a backup team watching the other teams that are watching me, because if another woman goes blender when I make my O-face with another woman, there's going to be another inquiry. They're going to launch a new investigation. If that actually happens, like reliably, I think at that point I'll qualify for the Stanley Cup finals, and instead of a hat trick, it'll be like a little man in the boot trick or something. I don't know. I'm new at this kind of bizarre love triangle, but thanks to the fact that this friend of mine really wants to suck my dick, which is cool. I'm really flattered. It's such a nice thing. Like she just wants to get it over with, and she hasn't been able to figure out why she hasn't been able to. And the opposite of grapefruit. In fact, I think grapefruit should put in the bill. I guess it's because my penis is pretty intimidating. Since the notion of a penis that expands from ½ inch to 6.5 inches in the mouth, it's like the xenomorph from Alien.
it expands to 6 times in length. And while it's assumed to have an upper limit, the truth is there's so much about my penis that modern science doesn't know. For example, why don't I name it? Well, because I would make it come when I call it entirely too often. And apparently Grapefruit has negotiated this deal since she's at work. She doesn't like sucking cock anyway. And Sweetie says, as long as I don't do her in the pooper, and then forget to sterilize myself, then it just the only thing that changes is that I can't come to her house for dinner on Halloween, and I have to go to Thanksgiving twice, which is truly a fate worse than death in that family. But it's not something I have to just sweat over since. Go to Thanksgiving dinner at all someday. I miss her. I don't even mind the cooking.
Looking back at it all, now what can you say? No give and too much take. Dr. Kowalski was a young man who had it all. Dr. Kowalski became a dumb man and headed for the fall. It's safe to say that Dr. K don't give a fuck about money, so let's party. Yeah, let's party. Dr. Kowalski. Let's party. Yeah. Now alles klar. Alles gut, I always party like I shoot. Go big or go home, France or Rome. Go to Hollywood, Dr. Kowalski knows himself a party every night of his life. Dr. Kowalski touches you gently when you go under his knife. It's safe to say that Dr. K don't give a fuck about money, so let's party. Let's party. Dr. Kowalski. Come on, let's party. Let's party. Alles gut. Let's party. Let's party.
Hi, it's Jack Star. I was just recording my discussion of visiting with other Kim, and now this is part 2. It looks like Project Bluebeam, which is this thing the Navy does. Oh, they're so cool. The Navy is so wicked fucking cool.
Okay, so I'm standing under a tree in a residential neighborhood that's near Clandestine UNACO Air Base, camouflaged to be in the middle of Auburn without being at all obvious about it. And I walked down the road in the rain under my umbrella from the Bremerton Golf Club, which is blue. Blue and white. It's not black and white, it's blue and white. And even though it's 5 in the morning and I'm in Auburn, the police have already talked about me and write my name and check me over and talk to me, and then they're, you know, I'm good. I'm not doing anything wrong. And I'm bracketed. I can see UAPs and UFOs on the ground, kind of hovering, and they've got lights. It's almost like in Close Encounters, but not really. And I'm hoping they can. Well, I'm going to settle for charging my battery from a distance using their light technology. But if they can give my penis a hug, so much the better. I think they might have to drive around a bit more and find another place to park. I'm not sure how that works. And then I don't have to have sex with a Project Bluebeam member. But yeah, I'm willing to learn. Oh yeah, sure. I don't mind the notion of visiting extraterrestrials turning out to be super hot. That seems wildly appropriate to me. Why would they be cold? And from where I'm standing, the blue lights in the mountains are really far distance, and the blue lights that are across the street. Wow, God, that's so pretty. That's such a beautiful color of blue too. I can see why they call it Project Bluebeam. Now I don't know whether these are hallucinations that are caused by Navy personnel using Project Bluebeam, or if it's augmented reality, or if it's something I'm just hallucinating. Right? I don't know which. Could be either. Could be angels. Could be the power of God. Could be another fucking ambush team sent from fucking Bermuda, but I doubt it. I'm not feeling hunted, and then I'm not feeling unobserved. That's for sure. I don't always feel like somebody's watching me, but when cloaked beings are flashing blue-colored lights at me from across the street in response to things I say, it's hard not to know that's happening. Maybe it's right in front of me. And then I'm aware that it might be something I'm... Oh, yeah, there they are. I don't know how... I've never done this before. I can see why they usually use a pentagram. Yeah, that's it's pretty intimidating. Oh wow, yeah. Now I don't know if that charged up my phone, but they just flashed a blue light at me. Ooh. When it goes directly to my eye, it's pretty bright. And the one across the street is really close, like really close. Yeah, that's definitely a person. I mean, I'm talking to them. They're right in front of me. It's about 35 feet away. And while I don't think a super stealth approach is necessary, by common customary tradition and local constabulary rules, I don't think it's appropriate to run into the street and hug and start making the beast with the blue pack in a hurry. I mean, as nice that would be, but I'm shy for one thing, and then for another. Although I've made first contact before, I'm pretty sure that this isn't first contact. Wow. The squad indicates they've never done this before. So, I don't know if that means they've never found a sorcerer dumb enough to get this close to being eaten, or if they've just never been come onto by a Hungarian who's been alone way too long. I imagine they're pretty similar. And apparently it's because they've heard that I've made a peace treaty with the Jinn, and that I've promised not to capture anybody, but they're not certain, because I guess sorcerers have lied a lot in the past. It sucks, sorry. But I'm a new kind of guy. For one thing, I'm not a sorcerer, I'm a sorcerer, and sour, and then I have no reason to... I'll be honest, I don't even know exactly how to do it, but apparently it's a matter of some finger waving and some word mumbling, which, I'm kind of doing already.
So I can understand they're kind of nervous about it, since they're not really certain that I'm cool. Obviously, I've had a pretty good run so far. Oh yeah, cool. You ever say, hi, God, you're so pretty. You really are pretty. You're behind a cloaking device, and you have weird Jawa eyes peering at me from the darkness, and my eyes are pretty bad because I'm 52 years old. And then there's a car down there, I guess. There's security. Apparently nobody wants to see me or them get raped in the middle of the street, which is kind of tempting, honestly. I mean, there's 3 or 4 Jawas here. They could probably throw themselves at my limbs. I don't think they want to. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. Wow. Because what's actually happening is there's nothing there, but the hologram's there. And then, because of the rain, because of my eyes, and because they're from another dimension, it's kind of wiggly. Wow. Wow, that's so beautiful. Wow. Wow. It looks a little bit like Elliot and the guy from E.T. And that it looks like a bicycle parked behind a car, and I can see a creature or two kind of acting kind of weird. Wow. And then I'm acting kind of weird too, since I'm just standing here going wow, 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 right? I can see why people have called certain things to be hallucinogenic, because it's not that I'm hallucinating, it's that there's a fucking cloaking device that's being wiggled. So whatever it is that's there is not exactly human. Wow. Very graceful though. And apparently kind of nervous and shy too, which is always a big draw for me, since I'm nervous and shy too. I'm gonna walk down this way, okay? I'm not circling for a pounce. I'm being as respectful as I know how. Hi, I'm michealkuczi. You're listening to 20 or 30 or 40 minutes of me being a fucking lunatic, making gestures of peace to a shape-shifting alien. While it's gotta be Air Force. While the military monitors my presence and my activities in a residential neighborhood down the street from the motel that I'm planning on staying at when it's dawn. And then I don't know if these energy beings are vampires, but it doesn't matter because I'm immune to that. But I could imagine that a lot of people don't particularly care for sites like these, since it's pretty unsettling. If I didn't know what I was looking at, I'd be scared. But instead, I'm just timid because I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna get sampled or not. And then I've never imagined that 5 minutes with Jackstar, my soon to be whoop-ass legendary debrief on the Magic and Broadcasting Content Delivery Network. I didn't know that this was going to happen, nor do I know if this battery. This is a battery. Can you charge it? No, they're saying they don't know. Okay, well, fair. It's got a messed up plug-in where I'm supposed to put in a micro USB cord. And instead, it's kind of breaking down. Plus, my cords have disappeared because my bag got rifled through. Gosh. Thank you, Jesus, for not being here and scaring them away. And if you don't mind not blowing them up with your aura. Apparently, they're afraid of that. That makes sense. Yeah. And I have no conflict with these beings. God, they're cute. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, hi.
little frightening, but very cute. Like the way they can just appear out of the shadows, because they are the shadows. Yeah, wow. Oh, they're kind of like the beings from Ghost, but they're not here to take my soul or drive me to hell. Apparently not. Oh, good. I didn't think so. Oh, they say they sometimes have to do cleanup for dead bodies, which makes sense because they would be ideal for that. And I'm not dead. No plans either. Not real fond of murder. Certainly not murder of the self. And I'd hate to embarrass my military partners who are going to quite a bit of trouble. Oh, they're there. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, cool. Apparently, if I do get raped in the middle of the street, it won't surprise anybody, since obviously I'm completely opposed. I wonder if Dr. Stephen Greer wants to have a discussion with me that I can record and then play on my soon-to-be award-winning Magic and Broadcasting flagship content show, 5 Minutes with Jackstar. Sadly, I don't have enough power to charge my phone, and I don't know where I can plug my. Oh, they're saying if I go back where I came from, I will find plug-ins, and then I will charge my phone, and then they will, in the interim, figure out how to charge my device on the fly, which they don't know how to do, but they tell me they will Google it. Because they heard I like to Google in my Google. No, I can't. Okay, sorry. I can't do that yet. This thing is free. Oh, where is he? Okay, turned on. If I can get pictures of you, I promise not to sell them. Because I'm not ready for that step. I want to show it myself. I don't know if the camera will last long. But I'm gonna try and record these beings. Sunday, December 7th. Not a day that will live in infamy, but wow. Look at me, little michealkuczi. This is very low battery. Okay. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna go for it. Oh gosh, I gotta pee. I'm so exciting. So excited. I'm so excited, I gotta pee. Ow. And this is dedicated to Tamara Lee Smith, the woman who I promised I would not. Oh, did you turn off already? See, she's a real stickler. Okay, I'm not going to pee here. I'm going to pee there. Yeah, I'm out of power. I can't record them. That's okay, they're shy. They tell me that it's bad enough that I'm doing what I'm doing already. What do you mean bad? What? And now I'm going to hide behind a tree. Standards. Gotta mark my territory, and then I don't want to show them my dick. But they're gonna examine my leftover urine that I'm gonna leave on the ground, and they're gonna analyze my genomic expression for incompatibilities. And this tradition, since I'm obviously peeing, and I'm obviously standing, and I'm obviously on the other side of a tree. I'm not exposing my dick, but I am. I'm leaving something on the ground for them to get a sample of, and then, according to their tradition of their people, get it. They are going to decide from that point whether they're going to follow me to the hotel room, and then knock on the door and say, "Hey, can I come in?" Because apparently they do that if they decide they like you. Cool. I kind of wondered how that worked. I figured there had to be. I mean, if there are angelic creatures that come to Earth and don't get trapped in the justice system or in a loveless marriage, there must be a way to signal them, and there must be a way for everybody to do it, including me. And then I don't know how to learn that, but it worked. Hi. Cool. Okay, cool. Okay, so I left pee on the ground. And then they can go check that out when I walk away. because they don't want to approach too. I guess they've been caught before, which sucks. This isn't for you. Oh, I'll leave here. I'll see if I can shine the light. Yeah, it worked. Oh. Apparently I have a little bit of power and I could try to record them, but I'm not going to. I'm instead going to do that later if they decide they want that. Shout out to Azare, who thought I was full of shit when I said I was an ex-political diplomat. Because obviously I am. And I'm exceedingly good at it. I'm not the proudest I've ever been in my life, but I'm pretty proud. I'm certainly not embarrassed or failing to believe that I'm doing what I'm saying I'm doing. And now I'm going to open my bag. I'm going to get out my signaling, my extraterrestrial signaling device, which is a good thing to have if you're going to be signaling. I also have a can of fish, but I'm not going to leave that for long. Oof. Right here. Sweet. Okay. I'm going to not point this at them. I'm going to point at the tree. Huh? Cool, huh? Okay. Now I'm going to put on my backpack. Like one does. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ooh. 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 Good. I didn't leave behind my rainbow bag. Historical note, it's important to realize that earlier I was pleasuring myself to ejaculatory bliss and slightly embarrassed to say leaving my seed to dry on the back of my kilt, which is not the ideal circumstance, but today that's the arrangement. I wasn't aware I was going to summon beings with my semen, but nevertheless it appears to be exactly what I've done without being at all obvious about it, other than talking about it and recording my voice. Shout out to the Municipal Court of Bremerton, next to the Bang-Her Trident Missile Submarine Base, the Bang-Her Trident Nuclear Missile Submarine Base. I have a umbrella from their golf club. Blue and white, and not blue, black and white. I lost my umbrella. Now I got another one. I'm gonna go off. Walk back when I can. Oh God, but first I'm gonna walk towards them a little bit because I want to see how they look. They're so beautiful. I can see why most people don't see. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Sorry, what?
You want a cigarette, maybe?
Well, I have a cigarette. I'll share one with you if you want.
No, I got one.
Well, I ordinarily wouldn't. I was just about to walk back to the hotel or the motel. That was hoping to get a room at.
Oh, okay.
And then I happened to see the other can who I don't usually see.
Oh, okay.
And they're cool. Cool as fuck.